Ski Moms, we know you worked hard to make the holidays magical. Now let's talk about taking things off your to-do list. Picture this, a ski holiday with no stress, no hassle, just you, your family, and the perfect home away from home. With Vrbo, planning your winter escape is a breeze. Choose from cozy cabins, spacious chalets, or ski-in, ski-out condos, whatever suits your family's vibe. Forget cramped hotel rooms. Vrbo gives you room to spread out, cook your own meals, and unwind after a long day on the slopes. On my recent trip to Stowe, Vermont, we found the perfect escape, a stunning modern treehouse booked through Vrbo. It was everything we dreamed of, tucked away in a serene setting with clean, light-filled spaces and a gourmet kitchen that made our stay unforgettable. Vrbo has an incredible selection of quality homes, often with 3 or more bedrooms, so everyone can relax and spread out. And the location's unbeatable. Our treehouse was just minutes from Stowe's slopes, Spruce Peak Village, and even world-class Nordic skiing at the Trapp Family Lodge. And with options near the best ski resorts, your dream vacation is just a few clicks away. Plus, you can search for properties with fireplaces, hot tubs, or even a game room for the kids. Download the Vrbo app or check out vrbo.com for trusted winter getaways and plan a stay everyone will love.
Welcome to Season 4 of the Ski Moms podcast. We're your hosts, Nicole and Sarah. Hey Ski Moms, it's time to elevate your après game with the new Ski Moms Après Ski cocktail book. Packed with delicious recipes, this book has everything you need to mix up cozy winter cocktails and refreshing sips for celebrating after a day on the slopes. From warm spice classics to creative new favorites, there's something for every ski mom. And even a few mocktails, grab your copy now and bring a little extra magic to your next après ski gathering. You can get your copy at theskimoms.co or on Amazon. Cheers to good times and great snow.
The Ski Moms are so excited to talk to Kelly Pila today. She's the co-owner of the 3 Ski Haus stores in New England. They have locations in Woburn and Framingham, Mass, and Salem, New Hampshire. She has a very interesting title. She calls herself the executive vice president of getting SHIT done. We're going to try and not say that so we can keep this in the PG rating. But we were talking to Kelly on the other side of the holidays, and she is coming up for air after getting everybody the gifts that they need. And we want to talk to her about what it means to run these small businesses that get so many families out on snow, what it means to work with family, what it means to own an intergenerational business. So we're so excited to have you join us. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm excited to share information about small business.
So we always love to talk about origin stories when we kick things off. Tell us when you learned and where.
And I learned when I was in junior high, Bradford, Ski Hill, and Neshoba Valley, those kind of places with school. But I didn't really learn to ski until I was in college and started working at the ski house for my husband's uncle way back in the day. And then that just started everything. You know how sometimes when you just take a turn in life, right? You don't know where you're going to end up.
And is that where you met your husband?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, so you got a job and a husband out of your part-time job.
Yes, I did. I worked there for all of college and after college for a couple of years. And then I went to work for a department store out of college. And my husband is an engineer. He decided to get out of engineering and work in his family business full time. His uncle decided to sell the business. He had 5 stores at that time, and nobody wanted the Salem, New Hampshire store. And we were like, okay. His uncle said, just take it. Just take the store in Salem, and it's not worth anything. So we took it, and whatever product was there, whatever equipment was there was ours. And we moved it across the street because we were in a barn, a big old barn with squirrels in the attic. And there a store became available that was right across the street, right on Route 28, which is the shopping street. And we said, hey, let's move over there. And so we did and just kind of struggled our way and learned the business from the ground up.
Around what time was that when you took over the Salem store?
1988.
When did you add the other 2 stores?
A guy that used to work for us when we were, just learning the business owned a ski shop in Framingham on Route 9. And he had gone in there to open his own business. He was young. And we remained friendly. And he wanted to get out of the business. If you know Route 9 at all, it is a crazy place in Framingham. It is so trafficky. There's so many people on that road. So it just seemed like a good idea. And they struggled at first in the beginning. So we struggled a little, maybe like 3 years, and got back on track. That store is a great store. Then we were still in Burlington. The landlord came to us and said he wanted to redevelop. And so we had to look for a new place. We tried to buy something, but there wasn't anything out there to buy. So we ended up in Woburn renting next to Stop and Shop. And it's a huge store. Huge. It's the biggest store we've ever had. It was, quite a stressful time. Now we've been open for a year and a half, and it's been good. We struggle with getting staff there, probably is our biggest issue. I'd love to get some ski moms in there that are passionate about skiing to work there part-time, mother's hours, full-time, whatever they like.
And it's the type of store where you could get fully outfitted. You could get everything from your skis, whether you want to buy them or your boards or lease them, to hats, gloves, bags, everything. I mean, I think that's really why we love these ski shops, because we can go get everything we need and things we didn't even know we needed.
And you have access to a lot of information by coming into the store, right? You can talk to staff, and everyone that works for us skis has been to the mountain probably in the last week somewhere in New England. And so you have that opportunity to talk about, why would I want this over this? And you can't do that on the internet. Plus, we do offer added value. I think the community is the best part of shopping in a store. I think we've lost that. There's not many of us around anymore. And so I think it feels weird to people. It's easy to shop on the internet, right? You read the descriptions, you pick your size, and there you go. But skiing, there's so much more to it. And to speak to people that are participating in the sport that you love is a great value, from you tuning your skis to picking out a jacket for your child or for yourself.
Yeah. And I feel like the ski clothing in general is just really inconsistent in sizing. You really have to see it, feel it. I ordered one coat online one time. I can't even describe what came in the mail. It was just giant. It was orange. It was not at all what it looked like online. And had I been able to feel it and see it, I mean, it just went right back.
Just having passionate people speaking to you about the product instead of shopping online. Because you want to be comfortable, you need to be warm. Skiing is expensive, and you don't want to waste a day because you're cold or your boots aren't right or your skis aren't right.
I completely agree. And I love that you have that buying group that we had talked about. So you team up with other smaller ski stores, and you all have
across the country,
and you can buy as a group to save money and have access to other brands.
Right. Mostly what I think is the most important from being in that buying group is community, other ski shops, and how are they dealing with internet taking away a big chunk of your business? And how do you combat that? At some point, all small brick and mortar stores could just disappear, because it is very difficult. I just want to say, to compete with the internet, very difficult. And to be in the buying group is great. You have access to all this information. There's trends. The trends usually go west to east. Our West Coast ski shops see things before we do. And having that knowledge is great to bring new things to the ski shops.
I loved when I was in your store that you still have that local flavor of New England. And you had those gloves. They were sewn from recycled cashmere sweaters. I mean, I'm not going to find that ever on Amazon. And
Right.
it was so specific to New England. So you
Right.
must still spend time looking for those little gems.
I do. And like those mittens were a local woman. She's in Wilmington, Mass. And she just started doing them, picking up recycled sweaters and you're washing and then sewing them into these awesome looking mittens. I'm a small business. She's a really small business, and I love to support them. To have that kind of product in the store is important to me because it does give that New England family vibe.
So are you the main buyer across the stores?
I do all the clothing buy for ski and snowboard. I have for years. And then I also do all the marketing and I buy patio. I do too many things. And my daughter has come on. She has helped unbelievably. Third generation now is in the store.
I'm so glad you brought that up about the patio because I think that is such a smart off-season business. Many people have gone into mountain biking and some have done fly fishing, general hiking. But
Right.
I mean, when we've polled our population, only 10 to 15% of our moms are mountain bikers, but they all love their patios. Let me tell you that.
It does mesh well.
Yes,
You
Sarah
know,
just upgraded her sun porch
Ah.
with one of those fire tables. And
Yes.
it's so, and we use that room. We dream up so many great ideas in that outdoor space. So I think that is absolutely genius.
Yes. And we like to say we're a shop for all seasons, right? Be with your family on the mountain in the winter, be with your family in your backyard in the summer. We had looked at years ago, we had looked at bikes. We did rollerblading for a while. We did canoes for a while. Nothing ever seemed to take hold except patio for us. So
One of the programs that I learned about at your store was the trade-in program. And I think we want to talk to the moms about the value of having a local ski shop like yours for kids that are growing and there's the churn of equipment. So two of the programs I'd love for you to tell us about are first the trade-in and then the junior lease, which is so important for families to have.
yes. Oh my God. It's expensive. So with kids, and you want them to be on good product that helps them get better on the mountain. So we have the trade-in program, which is you buy your product for your child and the next year you can bring back whatever doesn't work for them anymore, be it boots, be it the skis, or all of it, depending on the child. And you get 50% back towards new product that they need. You can upgrade just the boots if you need to. You can upgrade just the skis if you need to. And if you go 2 years out from the original purchase, you can get 25% back. We have families that have used this forever. We have offered it forever, since like 1990, I think. And we have seen generations come through, which is so interesting, like kids that you fit when they were small, and now their parents bringing their kid in.
And for the listener who doesn't understand the value of that, not having to go to the rental shop on mountain when you arrive on your ski holiday or even on your day trip, it will add years onto your life from removing that stress because everybody, they get hot and sweaty. They want to get out to the mountain. Every mile away from the mountain that you do your rentals or leases, you're saving dollars.
Right.
And then, the kids can put the boots on at home and feel what it feels like to be in a snowboard boot or a ski boot. And then when you get to the mountain, it's a lot less stressful and a lot less expensive.
And time, like I said before, tickets are expensive. So you want to get on the mountain and enjoy that day. You could spend an hour or more in a rental shop at the mountain, 50, 100 more people in there too. We don't do weekend leases. We do season leases, which are great too for families because they're not having to think about it every time they go to the mountain. Oh, we need something for, little Joey to get on the mountain. You have it for the whole season and you bring it back. We start middle of September and we like to have everything back by tax day, April 15th.
And if you're a family that's new to skiing, the team at your stores can really walk the families through what ski length do I need. They're going to do things like set the din. They're going to make sure that the skis are in good shape. It's vastly different than getting something off Craigslist or eBay. There are so many safety checks and quality control that's going on at your store.
People don't really talk about that. It can be dangerous to ski. You want to have good product that is good for you, that you can control. And the problem with Craigslist and places like that is that bindings go in and out of indemnification. So we are indemnified by the binding company's insurance company, and they hold all the insurance for that. And they go out of indemnification. And you don't know that as a regular person that's just going out skiing. This is information that you would get in the store. All our product is indemnified. All our staff is trained, multiple days of training with different manufacturers. So they have all of that knowledge. I think we've lost that ski shop as a big information place. And I remember years ago, this is where you came. You came to a ski shop to find out all this information.
Like another thing I've noticed is when you lease a package, an equipment package, it's typically like a higher quality, higher caliber of equipment and in much better condition. Like I have rented skis at mountains where pieces have fallen off it as I'm skiing down the hill, laminates coming off. Like,
right.
They're just, you're often getting equipment that has been beat up and abused by many, many people for many years versus what you're going to get when you lease a package that's been checked and inspected and is usually much newer and higher quality.
We go through our fleet every year and get rid of those items that are just not going to be appropriate for anybody anymore, and then replenish. And we replenish with a lot of times trade-in from our trade-in program is kind of the feeder.
One of the things I wanted to remind our listeners about is that your local ski shop is not just for the beginning of your season, it's also for mid-season. And the difference between getting a mid-season wax and sharpening on your edges, let's say you've had some hard days at Pat's Peak or at Cannon on the East Coast firm surfaces, and it can really grind down your edges. And you may be thinking like, wow, I'm just not making the turns that I like to make. Well, it's probably not you, it's probably your skis. So before that, President's Weekend trip or before your spring break, don't forget that your local shop is also the place that you should be going to for those mid-season check-ins. We can't see behind the doors, but tell us what's back there, all the machinery and equipment that you have in each of your locations to keep our skis in good shape.
I was just rushing through JFK Airport on my way to ski in Utah, and boy, was I glad to have my Diamant boot bag. The airport was an absolute chaos as skiers and travelers navigated the long lines to head off on their winter holidays. Thankfully, I had the ultimate boot bag to make my life easier. The Diamant Weekend Warrior bag is a backpack-style bag that stores my boots and helmet and counts as a carry-on. It's TSA approved, so getting it through security is a breeze. The bag has a spot for everything. I had a full ski outfit packed, as well as space for my laptop, chargers, and toiletries. When I got on board, I slipped the bag into the overhead compartment. I settled in to watch a movie, knowing that when I arrived to Salt Lake City, I didn't have to worry about losing my essential ski gear. And there's even a version with wheels. The Diamant XL is a carry-on boot bag that has winterized wheels for a smooth ride on any terrain. As always, Diamant bags are designed by skiers for skiers. years with a water-resistant and ventilated boot compartment that keeps my ski boots dry and fresh. Head to diamantskiing.com to get yours. And don't forget, Ski Moms save 20% off the lowest price on Diamant ski bags for your whole family. Just use code SKIMOMS at checkout. Trust me, this bag will change how you travel.
Yeah, so we have these big Montana tuning machines. We still do some things by hand that like we'll do race tunes by hand. You know, if someone requests something specific, we'll do it by hand. But a lot of the tune-ups are done with these machines that are hundreds of thousands of dollars a piece. And it is amazing to watch, but we can get through more product than doing it by hand, which we used to do years ago. So the machines are really fascinating. And the staff that runs those machines goes to training with Montana. And we have 2 brand new machines, one in Framingham and one in Woburn. And then we have an older one in Salem. But they all work pretty much the same. They were all extremely expensive. You need a good tune. Like you said, Nicole, you need tune probably every 4 or 5 times. You should get your 4 times, maybe 5 times, depend on, you know, what kind of skier you are. You should be getting a tune, even if it's just a quick tune, like someone buffs up your edges, sharpens your edges, puts a little wax on. The temperature if the snow makes a difference on how your ski performs. There are different waxes for different times of the year, different temperatures.
So if I wanted to bring my skis in, can I just bring them in and I can shop while I wait for them, or am I leaving them overnight?
You're going to leave them. We usually have a little bit of a wait. I think right now we might be at 3 days. We try to keep it right around then so that people can ski on the weekend, come in, drop their skis off, pick them up for the next weekend, right? So we're trying to move people along as fast as we can.
Speaking of dropping things off, every time I visited the stores, there have been shop dogs. I am a huge fan of stores with dogs. I think it makes it a nicer experience for everybody, and they're very friendly dogs. Has that always been part of the culture at your shops?
It actually started with my husband's uncle, had a dog, Hoover, and he was a golden retriever, and he was really popular. The kids loved them, and we just kept doing that. I guess we didn't know any other way. And our Framingham manager just got a puppy, and it's a Bernedoodle, Grace, who is so cute.
Oh my gosh. People are going to go in just to see the Bernedoodle puppy.
Yes. I mean, that a lot of times that is what happens. Parents come in with their kids and they're like, where's the dogs?
When I've been in, I've seen kids who are teenagers who are working their first part-time jobs. And I've seen, women of a certain age who are probably could be retired, but they're filling a definite need, and they have so much institutional knowledge, and they get along great with the teenagers. It's just it just does feel like community there.
It is a great first job for kids. I tell you, we have had more kids come back years later and say, you know what? I learned so much at the ski shop. And we don't treat them like children when they come in. We treat them like an adult. And so I think they feel that and get more confident. We've had lots of kids come in super shy, and by the time they go off to college, they are great. They are out of their shell. They have a lot of confidence. It's such a good job for kids. It really is. And then the moms that I have are awesome. You can't replace the wisdom of moms. You just can't. They know everything about skiing.
Maybe we need to expand, Nicole, into like a ski mom job board. Maybe that's our next thing, where all the ski shops can go in. We can match that. Ski moms and ski jobs, and I think that could be our next something for next year.
And I know when we were talking before, you have done ski days with your staff. Tell us about those.
So throughout the winter, we'll do what are called demo days with the manufacturers, like Vocal or Nordica, or actually all of them will get together and they'll be at one mountain and all of the staff gets invited to those. And what that is doing is helping to teach the staff about hard good product. And they get to experience how a beginner ski functions, how expert ski functions, right? Getting different feelings so that they can pass that knowledge on to people. In addition to that, we do a big customer appreciation ski day mid-March. And we usually do it at Cannon. And it's like a $20 lift pass for the day. And we barbecue hot dogs and hamburgers and have drinks and invite all our customers. So that's the one thing that we do with customers that's in a group. We also just started bus trips that leave from our Woburn store, 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. The bus is great because you can just sit there and veg out on the ride, and you can purchase either the lift ticket, the whole package, so lift ticket and the bus ride, or if you have a pass and they're going to a mountain that your pass is valid for, you can just purchase the bus ride. And it's a great time. They do orange juice and donut in the morning. And I used to love the bus trips. That's actually where I met my husband, was on one of those bus trips before I started working at the ski shop. Those are fun times. People, I think, don't know about them as much as they used to years ago. But, it's one of those big luxury coaches, and going to someplace like Sunday River, it's a long trip, or Sugarloaf. But he goes to Loon. It's on our website.
I was just going to ask you that so we can find out about those. And I would say the benefit, you don't have to drive. You can sleep on the way back. It's definitely cuts down on the stress. You don't have to worry about parking.
So it is so easy. It's comfortable. And you meet great people, other people that are passionate about the sport.
So since you're so busy with the business during the ski season, how do you carve out time? I'm kind of picturing your whole family negotiating with each other based on the weather forecast. How do you decide who's going to get in the runs versus stay behind the register?
When my kids were little, we were much more planned about when we went. Every weekend we would go, and I would go for Saturday and Sunday with the kids, and my husband would come up for Sunday with the kids. But lately, I don't know, I have a harder time now that my kids are grown. If my daughter asks me to go with her, I go. But I haven't been out yet. I wish I could get out, but I am stuck in front of my laptop. Everybody wants their orders this month, and I start looking at my buy for soft goods in November, and it goes right through January to try and get it all done. So it is difficult to find the time.
It's like the cobbler has no shoes, that syndrome.
Yeah. I try to get out on the demos. If there's a demo, I am planning to do at least one of the bus trips this year, because I say it every year and I don't go. So I love being on the mountain too. It just is one of those things about owning your own business, and you just don't have time. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Well, I think now that you've said it, you'll have to do this bus ride. Yeah. And, we always love to end with, when you get up there and you've had your great ski day, and what does après ski look like for you and your family?
I love to go to whatever the mountain bar is. I love the vibe of that. People are so friendly and everyone's so happy. It just is a great vibe. Go have a cocktail. And I love to look at what everyone's wearing, and maybe even asking if I don't know what it is. I usually know most of it, but sometimes I'm stumped, and making a new friend. I love chatting with people and finding out about their skiing and what they love. So après is super important.
Are you more of a cocktail girl, or would you order some the local IPA that they have?
Yeah, I'm more of a local brewery. Yeah, trying something like that. I save my cocktails for like when I finish a trade show. At the end of a trade show, I love to have a dirty martini. It's my celebration. One dirty martini, Grey Goose. And I think, okay, I finished that, because trade shows can be a lot.
Let's do a quick roundup of where the ski moms can shop at Ski Haus and the online presence.
So we have 3 ski shops, one in Framingham, Mass, right on Route 9 near Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. The other one is in Woburn, Mass, right off of Route 95, 128, next to Stop and Shop. And then we have our home base is Salem, New Hampshire, which is tax-free, which is so great. And I think not a lot of people know that. And then we have our website, which is Ski Haus, HAUS.com. And we've had that for a few years, and we were lucky to get that name.
Yeah, that's a good one. And a lot of the inventory is online when it comes to the soft goods. But I highly recommend the institutional knowledge of your staff there about skis cannot be beat. So, visit your local ski shop. If you're in New England, go see Kelly. If you're in the Midwest, we've got to keep these local ski stores.
I know,
alive.
they're going to disappear. A lot of them, like in our buying group, I see it. The transition, when the parents get older, and the kids don't want to do this. I'm lucky that my daughter is equally as passionate as my husband and I, and wants to do it. But I see them going out of business at a very high rate.
We're here to spread the word, and we're so grateful that you are there with these great leases and great trade-in programs and great employees to make a ski mom's life much easier. So thank you so much, Kelly.
You're welcome.
We want to take a moment to remind you about the Ski Moms discount page on the skimoms.co website. We've collaborated with our favorite brands to bring you a ton of money-saving deals. For instance, we have a special link for Ski Butlers for 20% off your family's gear rentals. Ski Butlers delivers your rentals right to the living room of your condo or rental home or the lobby of your hotel, saving you hours of time. You'll never have to wait in a long rental store line at the base of the mountain again. When you use our links and codes, you not only save a bundle, you're also sending a message to the brands about the purchasing power of the Ski Moms. Head to www.theskimoms.co/discounts to take advantage of these special offers. Hey, Ski Moms, we hope you enjoyed today's episode and got some great tips for your next family ski adventure. If you had as much fun listening as we did making this episode, we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest episodes. And don't forget to rate and review us. Your feedback helps us bring you more of the content you love and helps other ski moms find our podcast. Plus, we love hearing from you. So whether you're on the slopes or just dreaming of your next snowy getaway, stay connected with us. Follow us on social media, share your favorite episodes with your friends, and let's keep this awesome community growing. Ski Moms, let's talk about staying warm and packing smart for your ski trips. Whether you're hitting the slopes in New Hampshire or Vermont, or heading out for a big trip to the Rockies or Lake Tahoe, Ski Haus has everything you need to gear up for the season. From top-of-the-line ski and snowboard equipment to cozy base layers and insulated outerwear, Ski Haus is your one-stop shop for the whole family. Don't let freezing fingers or soggy socks ruin your trip. Grab essentials like waterproof gloves, moisture-wicking socks, and heated boot liners. And if you're planning a trip, their expert staff can help you pack smarter with space-saving gear and multi-purpose layers that'll keep you comfortable in all conditions. With locations in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, Ski Haus is ready to keep your family warm, stylish, and slope-ready. Stop in today or visit them online at skihaus.com to get prepped for your next adventure. Pick from 3 locations, Woburn and Framingham in Massachusetts, and shop tax-free in Salem, New Hampshire. Check them out at skihaus.com. That's skihaus.com to find your nearest store.